fell into to music PR. I was finished a degree in Sheffield. I did a psychology degree, and ended up being a promoter. Ran a night called Propaganda, and as part of that night, I started phoning up the local newspaper at the time, which was called the Sheffield Star. I think it's still going. And started to try and get some press coverage in the gig listings and going out section, and was successful in doing it. And after running that night for a few months, I decided to move to London, and it was kind of quite a light bulb moment really, because I realised that that was actually PR, and I'd kind of made my first PR call, and I didn't actually realise at the time that people could earn a living from doing that. So I moved to London, armed with my minuscule amounts of press, and used that to get a job in music PR. In terms of what still keeps my interest alive is an interest in music. I've always been interested in music. I've played guitar since I was very young and was a producer for a number of years and DJ'd. And also seeing new people come into the industry and work at the company and training them up, and seeing the next generation of music PRs coming into the industry and helping them succeed. It's a little more informal. I mean, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, because it's obviously a bit more relaxed environment. You don't have to wear a suit, you don't wear a suit to an interview. We generally start work at 10, but it doesn't mean that we don't work as hard as other PR agencies, because we do. And it may mean that we work outside office hours a lot more as well, going to gigs, going to clubs. That's a very, very important part of the role. So it can really be seen as a lifestyle choice, really, as opposed to just a job. But we try and bring in, at Outpost, we do try and bring in the traditional theory behind PR. And we have media training days, for example. We've actually got one this week. We've got a media trainer coming in to talk to the team. And really to let people get a chance to learn about the theory behind writing a press release, for example. What does the media want? What stories can we create about this project? What angles can we use? How can we generate the best coverage for our clients? When you're dealing with people in music, when you're dealing with journalists, and you're dealing with producers and DJs, and you're dealing with potential clients like record labels or artists, you need to know what you're talking about. You can't come for, you need to know about music in terms of the way music's created. You know, how to, at least some knowledge of how music is written. You know, if someone's talking about mastering a new track, you need to know what that means, or you know, the track's being mixed at such and such a date. You need to be able to understand what these terms mean, and if you haven't come from a music background or weren't involved in music before, then that might be a little difficult for you to understand. But it's all stuff that can be learned. But on the flip side, if you came from a PR background into music PR, then you have a lot stronger ideas behind the theory in PR. And so you'd be able to bring a lot more to the table in terms of how to promote different types of products, maybe products which are a little more boring than music. You know, maybe you've worked on an insurance company and done the PR for that, which probably can't be the most interesting thing in the world, but how do you make that interesting? So I think that PR could bring that to, somebody with a PR background could bring that to music PR.